G-Shocks are cool. Everyone finds them cool. I like them, but not enough to wear them. Whether you like your vintage Pateks or your Apple Watch Series 7 with that $100 solo loop band or whatever nonsense that is, you're aware of G-Shocks and would likely approve of them. The question remains though, why? I've been trying to figure out why everyone likes G-Shocks. Consider me flummoxed. I don't think it's a bad thing though, just keep note that I'm not trying to praise it or put it down. Neither of those. In fact, I've got no opinion really. Let's hang on to those thoughts, or well, those lack of thoughts, lack of opinion, while I take a closer look at this intriguing jellyfish. I think quoting reference numbers and specifications on this watch is a waste of everyone's time. So let's skip that filler as YouTubers use to act as if we're privy to some insider information that isn't just a Google search away. In fact, I'm not even going to review this watch because I don't really even know what I think of it, but I'll mention things that interest me, like for example, the transparent plastic resin strap and case. Common sense would dictate that you don't use transparent polyurethane resins in what should potentially be a long-lasting product due to photochemical degradation as a result of UV irradiation producing a yellowing of the material through oxidation of the CH2 group between aromatic rings. What are aromatic rings? I guess they're not Cheetos. But at the same time, I think this makes it rather special. It injects a need to take care of it. It makes the watch mortal and delicate, something you don't really associate with G-Shocks. So it's really kind of like dessert. You don't really eat dessert every day. Well, I don't eat dessert every day. I'm trying to make some gains here. But it's that weird juxtaposition of being a G-Shock and utilitarian and quite opposite to that at the same time. Almost like a pickup truck with a bed lined in leather or Alcantara. I like it. If there's one G-Shock I like, it's got to be this one. The watch looks rather large. It is a G-Shock after all, but I'm surprised by how well it wears. With the relatively short lug-to-lug length, it's undeniably wearable and could even feel a little on the smaller side on larger wrists. It's rather light too. The transparent polyurethane feels even lighter than usual G-Shocks. Maybe just because it's transparent, you associate that lightness, but I do think there's more to it and it actually feels a fair bit lighter. Additionally, it's unexpectedly thin. I would never have expected a G-Shock to be far more wearable than a Swatch, but it simply is. This would easily slide under most jackets. That's predominantly my issue with watch thickness, particularly in the winter. And I don't really wear shirts, so that's not my frame of reference. So what is something I dislike? Well, I've never been a fan of the circular metal pushers on G-Shocks. So that's kind of a general thing, not specific to this watch, but I really dislike them. I prefer their more rectangular gray or black plastic pushers, as I feel that fits the blocky design characteristics much better. To me, the silver sheen and roundedness of these pushers seem completely out of place and they just kind of stick out. Transparent pushers might even elevate this watch to an unnecessary but completely welcomed next level. So more dislikes? Well, the usual complaints G-Shocks suffer from, such as the pitiful excuse of a light for the analog section of the dial. At least the hands are loomed quite well and the digital display is well illuminated, so that's okay, but still, why would you put that faint LED at the corner of the dial, which really makes it look bad when used at night? So then, what's my big fuss about G-Shocks when quite clearly I do appreciate them? Well, it's just that I personally don't see much of a point in having one. I like my analog mechanical watches far too much. When I start looking at G-Shocks, I inevitably land up looking at Vostocks because they're in a similar price category and I find them more intriguing. I've also owned a G-Shock before, and the experience of owning a G-Shock doesn't really change that much over time. They're all pretty consistent watches and their functions are quite similar unless you go for the higher end ones with Bluetooth and step tracking and the ABC watches, stuff like that. So they are super cool, but only if you've got a real purpose for one, such as, I don't know, wanting to wear it during some impactful activity, or maybe getting in the water and just not worrying about it, stuff like that. In those circumstances, I really just don't wear a watch. I don't like the idea of having to think about something on my wrist, especially if you're in the ocean or something. I'm concerned about it slipping off. I know NATO's are for that, but still, it's just another hassle that's just added to the experience that's not all that fun. So that's why for me, I see it kind of pointless to own a G-Shock just for the sake of having one. I just rather wear something mechanical by default when I'm wearing a watch, because I don't have this conditionality of, oh, what am I going to do today? Depending on that, I can pick my watch. It's more of, what watch am I going to wear today? And if I am planning to do something that would need consideration for what the watch is going to be, I just not wear one. So I still think they're super fun, and every time I see something special like this Casioak jellyfish, I always reconsider my position and wonder, maybe I should just get one and I'll find reasons to wear it. But I don't know, that just it does not seem like the best thing to do. So I'm curious about how you feel about this. I think so many watch enthusiasts have G-Shocks, even just for the sake of having one. And I know a lot of people that have G-Shocks and other mechanical watches and just don't wear their G-Shocks. So I want to know how you feel about them. What camp are you in? Are you the type of person that wants to wear a watch all the time, despite the activity, and so you find the according watch for that? I'm curious about that. And what are the other uses that you find for such watches? Are they some of your main watches? In that case, I would understand. It's if you're more interested in a G-Shock, then that would make sense. But yeah, in general, pretty curious about this. Leave it down in the comments below, and I'll respond to you. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.